Coming up, we look back at how Tzu Chi's Catch for Work program helped restore communities along the Pahang River in Malaysia. We join the Tzu Chi Singapore Chapter as they hold a year-end blessing ceremony. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Mary Lee. Thank you for joining us. 7 Malay villages along the Pahang River in Pahang, Malaysia suffered serious damage in the recent flood. To help expedite the cleanup effort, Tzu Chi launched its Cash for Work program, whereby participants are paid 100 ringgits per day if they help with the cleanup. Though the program concluded last week, we now look back at the cleanup effort. Early in the morning at the Kampong Tengah Malay School in Temerloh, Pahang, residents participating in Tzu Chi's Cash for Work program begin to show up, including a group of students under 18 years old. Actually, these young Malay girls do not know that Tzu Chi's program is only open to those over 18 years old. In fact, they do not know that they will be paid 100 ringgits for their service either. They just want to help clean up their community just like the adults, which touches the volunteers who make an exception for them. Through interaction, the volunteers and residents have come to an understanding with one another, while the children are eager to demonstrate their capability.
Even if there were no pay, we still would have come to share the burden of other flood victims.
Now we have the means to buy new stationery for the new semester because our parents don't have money to buy us uniforms and shoes.
Everyone worked hard battling the mud that the recent flood left behind. By lunchtime, the children's team had been the first to arrive back at the gathering point on time. The volunteers are satisfied with their performance.
The children came with much enthusiasm. We didn't want to rain on their parade, so we thought we'd take them along as well.
The experience helped the children to understand the scope of the disaster, and after learning that their wage came from others' donations, they are inspired to share their love as well. Along the shores of Pahang River, another group of volunteers, residents, and even children is also busy cleaning up.
The situation is really bad. We would have thought the flood would be this bad. If we don't clean together like this, the cleanup will probably take a month, and our village will be filthy.
All the furniture and bedding submerged in floodwaters has to be thrown away. Zuhilmi has just graduated from high school, and even though his home was also flooded, he is now helping to clean up other people's homes.
We're working together as one, whether it's my home or other people's homes. We're cleaning together to restore our village.
Zuhilmi's parents have also joined the Cash for Work program. Though the dad is worn out, his heart is full of joy and satisfaction.
This
is the first time I've worked with Tzu Chi volunteers. I don't feel tired at all. Seeing how clean my home has become. We help clean others' homes, and others help clean my home. That makes me very happy.
Bringing neighborhoods together, Tzu Chi volunteers show residents that we are all indeed one family, and together we shall overcome adversity. We have more reports on the Cash for Work program in Malaysia. Next, we travel to Kuala Kurol, also in Pahang, to see how Tzu Chi volunteers inspired residents to unite as one.
Cheering on the youngsters is Tzu Chi volunteer Zheng Yuefang, who flew in from Kota Kinabalu to care for residents in Kuala Kurol, Pahang.
At first, he wanted to have a smoke, and I told him why smoking is not good for his body. I later said to all of them that I have considered them as my own children, so I hope they all have a healthy body. I also told them that we need to speed up the cleanup effort to prevent possible outbreaks of diseases such as dengue fever. After listening to me, all of them decided to put extra effort into the cleaning.
To express their thanks, local residents Mohakir shows up with ice water to help everyone beat the heat.
I didn't do much. I just came here to deliver ice water to everyone. I'm extremely thankful to all the volunteers, but I don't have much to give to express my gratitude. I hope the ice water will help all of you beat the heat and cool off.
Meanwhile, the cleanup effort has also extended to an elementary school. While giving the school a thorough cleaning, many residents break into song to express their feelings.
hari kita bekerja sampai masa kita berpisah. Hatiku gelisah.
Many residents told me that they thought no one would reach out to them because of the severity of the disaster. I told them they are not forgotten. The whole country is like one big family, and Tzu Chi volunteers are here to offer love and warmth.
Before receiving their salaries, some youngsters bravely share their experiences after joining the cash reward program.
Mengapa kamu sanggup teruskan kerja?
Sebab tanggungjawab. Kita dapat menyatukan semua sekali.
Although the devastating flood has brought destruction to the east coast of Malaysia, it has also inspired residents to unite as one and help each other through this difficult time.
Chinese cooking can't do without soy sauce. Unfortunately, even Taiwan's soy sauce is made from imported, genetically modified soybeans. To bring back the real soy sauce that is made from real black soybeans, a car wash owner decided to give up his business and become a farmer. Thanks to his efforts, real soy sauce is now available once more.
This year, just over 300 tons have been harvested, 20 more than last year.
Da'ai Xing and his group of farmers are glad to see that they have successfully brought back Taiwan's black soybeans to Xiluo Yunling, the hometown of soy sauce.
When I was using soy sauce, I suddenly realized that all our soybeans are imported. We just cannot do without black soybeans in Taiwan. It is part of our roots, so I decided to bring back the beans.
Originally in the car wash business, 50-something Thai dived into the unknown. He obtained the seeds from the Council of Agriculture, consolidated small fields into a big farm, and rallied farmers together to form a farming team. The end result is the reappearance of black soybeans.
Those farming nations can overpower us because they grow their crops in such a big area. We must consolidate our small farms to produce better yields than them. So we started with grouping the fields together, 1 hectare at a time, and were able to keep our costs down. We utilized the fallow land and got soy sauce manufacturers to pay the farmers a bit better, so we could come up with locally produced goods.
From growing to harvesting to distribution, Tai and his group of some 20 old farmers take care of everything. They alternate between rice and soybeans to protect the land and have breathed new life into this dying farming community.
We don't use pesticides and we are cautious in our use of fertilizers. Our members have been increasing steadily, and so have our farms and yields. Everyone is regaining their confidence.
The old-time soy sauce makers in the town welcome the return of black soybeans. After all, they can see that the crop is grown safely, while its freshness ensures the quality of their soy sauce.
We want to give consumers the best product. Improving on our manufacturing process is important, and fresh and healthy ingredients are too.
If the raw ingredients we use are environmentally friendly, it is better for both the farmers and the land.
Who says an old dog cannot learn a new trick? In Xiluo Yunling, these old farmers have regained their pride and value by growing crops that people need and want. The story serves as an example for all farming communities across Taiwan to follow.
At At the end of 2014, torrential rains inundated Haiti's Cap Haitian. To help, Tzu Chi began a Cash for Work program to help local residents clean up the floodwaters. Besides this financial assistance, volunteers were also quick to teach local residents about the importance of sorting recyclables.
Every time the water level rises, we are miserable. We've never had a solution.
If water comes into the house, then we have nowhere to live.
Every time it rains, garbage ends up in the river. It is really harmful to us.
We've wanted to change before, but we failed. But this time, everything that Tzu Chi is doing is incredibly valuable. We want to thank Tzu Chi. We hope we can continue to work with Tzu Chi here.
It's been 5 years since Haiti was hit by a magnitude 7.0 earthquake, and many NGOs are still trying to help the Haitian people rebuild. What's special about Tzu Chi's latest endeavor is that they are training the local people to help themselves.
I'm grateful for everything that Tzu Chi has done, since this is the first time an NGO has come to our aid.
This program is our solution, so we are happy.
Tzu Chi's latest Cash for Work project took place in Blue Hills, Cap Haitian, approximately 250 kilometers north of Port-au-Prince. Each day, Tzu Chi paid participants to clean up the heavily trashed and flooded area from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Each worker was then given a voucher that is worth the equivalent of $8. According to the World Bank, Haiti's gross national income per capita is $810 a year, which is about $2 a day. So $8 can make a big difference.
I am proud of myself because I've worked hard. I'm also proud to work with Tzu Chi. God bless you always.
I'm happy to have work today so I can buy food for my kids.
Mwa cherche gratification ya bam pou travay na fè nan l'ide pou netwaye zon nou an.
I want to say that I'm so happy for the gifts from Tzu Chi. We didn't have any hope before, but now we have the opportunity to work. Now I have this money to start a small business and to buy tools for cleaning.
Instead of having workers discard the trash they picked up, Tzu Chi also wanted them to realize the recyclables could be turned into a source of income. The Recycling Industry Trade Journal estimates Haiti has an effective recycling rate of less than 1%.
People here didn't know anything about recycling. The only thing they knew was to throw away their garbage. But after all the training we received from the foundation, from both the Taiwan and the US team, we were able to give the people the recycling spirit by showing them videos and telling them that what they usually throw away is still useful.
At the end of the 5-day Cash for Work program, Tzu Chi provided job opportunities to nearly 1,600 residents. For some of these people, this was the first time they were able to earn money with their own hands. But for every able-bodied participant, there were also many who were unable to take part.
Since I often have to walk through the water, I'm happy to see it being cleaned up. But they told me I'm too old, so I can't work.
Antoinette Marcellus is 84 years old. She sells peanuts for a living, but has never been able to pay her house bills since coming to Blue Hills in 2000. When the local Tzu Chi volunteers heard about her story, they decided to pay her a visit.
Everybody is very excited about the Cash for Work program, but the people of Blue Hills want more action.
While Antoinette Marcellus could clearly use financial assistance, she mentioned she had an older sister in need of greater aid.
I'm proud of my older sister. She was so nice when she was younger and always had food to share. Out of 11 brothers and sisters, my sister and I are the only ones who are still alive.
Despite a 45-minute drive, Tzu Chi volunteers knew they had to see if they could make her sister's life any easier.
Her story really touched me, but I didn't just want to hear about it. I wanted to see it for myself. When you have a woman who is this old, it is a blessing. So today is a big day for me.
Et puis, c'est un grand jour pour moi. Bonjour. On la
I can't tell you my age, but I know I've lived a very long time.
We have to give her money so she can go to the hospital.
Non seulement dans le domaine qui veut dire financier, mais capable qui veut dire balle qui veut dire permettre d'aller à l'hôpital puis capable de joindre soins médicaux.
My children have all gotten married, so if you want to visit me again, I'll be happy.
While their visit was short-lived, these volunteers will soon be back to help this woman. And for those who have gained a sense of pride and confidence in their community, they are well on their way to turning Blue Hills into a beacon of hope. The Tzu Chi Singapore Chapter recently hosted its year-end blessing ceremony at the Star Performing Arts Center, and the event was attended by some 8,150 volunteers and members of the public. Participants also contributed their love to help victims of the recent flooding in Malaysia and came together to pray for peace and harmony in the world.
The year-end blessing ceremony hosted by the Tzu Chi Singapore Chapter is taking place at the Star Performing Arts Centre, where 8,150 volunteers and community residents are gathered to celebrate the blessings of the past year with gratitude. Tzu Chi's international relief efforts and commitment to helping the poor deeply moved Ho Shu Jun, who has been a donating member for more than 20 years.
Wherever there is disaster, Tzu Chi volunteers are there to help. Tzu Chi is an organization we should support.
Zhang Jingfeng is another supporter of Tzu Chi. Not only has her temper changed for the better since joining Tzu Chi, but her efforts have also inspired her family to join her in practicing good deeds.
I placed a bamboo bank inside my son's room, and there is one in the living room as well. I hope the seed of compassion will flourish in his heart.
753 volunteers and members of the public put on a section of the Sutra of Innumerable Meanings. Since 2011, volunteers have presented sign language musicals at each year-end blessing ceremony, in the hope that participants' understanding of Buddhism may be strengthened through such performances.
Tzu Chi volunteers' altruistic and selfless spirit is the epitome of Buddhism. You volunteers put the true spirit of the 6 paramitas into practice. Your actions are truly exemplary and commendable.
The Malaysian peninsula was hit by the worst flooding in 30 years.
Together, participants prayed for the victims of the recent floods in neighboring Malaysia. Many also made a contribution to continue the cycle of love.
I hope they may get back on their feet soon.
The stage adaptation of The Great White Ox Cart represents the will of volunteers to pass on the Buddhist teachings, while the performance by female volunteers symbolizes the Bodhisattva spirit of saving all sentient beings. In Buddhist teaching, there are 5 defilements of the world, and for volunteer Ling Zhiwei, these defilements portray the struggles he has encountered in his career. It was only after understanding the laws of karmic cause and effect that he learned to let go of his attachments.
I realized that we shouldn't just be bystanders. We should offer help where we can. Tzu Chi is something I will do, not just in this lifetime, but life after life.
Last year, volunteer Chen Xizhi's daughter was diagnosed with depression. Years of watching the Master's Morning Dharma lecture, however, has helped Chen come to terms with life's challenges.
因为有法陪伴我这样走。
Buddha Dharma has helped me on this journey. I am taking part in this performance with a heart of gratitude and reciprocation. With perseverance, there is no difficulty in the world that cannot be overcome.
Conveying the Buddhist teachings through sign language performances, volunteers hope that the Dharma can guide participants onto the right path in life.
Jiang Jianming of Beito, Taipei was a bully and troublemaker. However, in 2009, Jiang was inspired to change after attending Tzu Chi's Year and Blessing ceremony. Now a devoted recycling volunteer, he promises to remain steadfast on the Tzu Chi path.
Carefully writing down words into his notebook is Tzu Chi volunteer Jiang Jianming. Every day, Jiang watches the wisdom at dawn broadcast after work.
I work at night as a security guard and normally get off work at 6 a.m. I want to watch the wisdom at dawn broadcast, so I will switch shifts with my co-workers at 5:30 a.m.
In fact, Jiang was a troublemaker who used to make a living by collecting protection money from his neighbors.
Whenever there was a fight, he would be there. He used to chase people with a knife.
In 2009, Jiang was inspired to become a recycling volunteer after watching a video clip on Tzu Chi's effort in helping victims of Typhoon Morakot.
利益人群的事情，我一定会。
I'm willing to do things that can help others. I don't know how much I can do, but I will try my best and dedicate myself wholeheartedly.
就是能做到几分，我就做几分。
In Taichung, Tzu Chi care recipient Mr. Feng lives with his wife, who is bedridden due to suffering from a stroke. As the two are also older, the husband-wife pair doesn't have the strength to clean. Thankfully, Tzu Chi volunteers reached out with a helping hand. After 2 months of cleaning and fixing, the care recipients can finally live in a home that is safe and sanitary.
Before giving this house a thorough cleaning, Tzu Chi volunteers move all the furniture outdoors.
Look, there are so many cockroaches.
Due to the unsanitary living conditions, cockroaches can be seen everywhere inside the house. Thankfully, Tzu Chi volunteers are here to make sure this house is clean and tidy in no time. 97-year-old homeowner Feng lives with his wife, who's bedridden following a stroke. Besides offering much-needed cleaning, the volunteers also repair broken areas inside the house.
This is the 4th time we are here to help Grandpa Fong clean up his home. We have asked experts to come fix places that need repair. Tzu Chi brothers and sisters repainted the walls themselves.
After the home makeover is complete, the volunteers have returned to help the senior celebrate his birthday.
Welcome to my house, everyone. Thank you for helping me, and I wish everyone happiness and good health.
Thank you so much. Without the volunteers, I don't know how they'll be able to continue living here. We are extremely worried about their situation. Now I am much more at ease because I know the volunteers care about them.
Feng's relative who flew to Taiwan to visit the husband and wife pair says she can finally put her mind at ease because she knows the seniors are in good hands.
Malaysian Tzu Chi volunteers have continued to canvass for donations to help flood survivors put their lives back to normal. We will leave you with these images at the end of the show. Thank you for watching DaAi Headlines. See you next time.